Hey guys, Kevin here again. Here's my final build of Lifty McLift face. Works really good. I had actually taken a suggestion from Martin in the comments, thank you Martin, to kind of change my actuation here. Instead of trying to angle an arm up and keep that platform level, which was going to be very difficult to do, he did suggest kind of just doing an elevated platform where it pulls it straight up. And I had thought of that in my initial kind of brainstorming for solutions, if you will. And I passed it off because I thought it was going to be a little too difficult to do the track system. But I was actually able to do that somewhat simply. And I didn't have to make too many changes to the unit itself. I did raise this up. As you can see, that's a little higher. And reinforced it in a few spots. Cut the legs a little shorter. Moved these braces. As well as, of course, built this structure to lift it up from. And this was just all materials that I had laying around, luckily. So that worked out pretty well. And this is a cable puller that I had already had as well. So let's see here. As far as, the mechanism on the back goes, essentially just I had this square tube. I was able to attach the cable puller to that and attach the square tube to the lift chassis, if you will. And then I just took a couple pieces of flat stock and bent them to make a bracket out of them. They're actually slightly different sizes, but I was working with what I had. And then I welded these wheels, casters, to them. It was a little easier for me to just weld them to them than drill and bolt. So that worked out pretty well. Just have a little MIG welder here in the shop. It does a good job. And that's really about it as far as changes go. It actually works really well. I'll show you here. At some point I should probably do some sort of limit switch, because if I go too far, and I did that once, it binds up on the metal plate here. Ends up hitting here. You can actually see the score mark. And this cable puller has, 500 pounds of pulling capability, so I'm pretty sure I'd break something if I went too far. So I will do something to maybe trigger the limit switch on this, which actually already exists as a safety, which once this gets pushed down, pushes this switch here. So maybe I can work out some sort of actuator for this. But good enough for now, as long as you're paying attention. And so, the purpose of this with respect to my habit that I'm breaking, or my bad habit that I'm breaking, and good habit that I'm reinforcing, is to not lift items that are heavier than I should be. And I guess when I am lifting, use better back positioning. But, this Porta-Cable compressor is not terribly heavy, but it's just kind of an example for now. And I tested this with myself, and I weigh about 150 pounds, and it lifted me up no problem. I was getting some deflection in these brackets here. I'll push on it. You'll see the deflection in them. See that? And what I'm probably going to do is just weld another plate to it to stiffen it up on both sides. Of course, you can see the googly eyes here. Giant googly eyes off of Amazon. I was surprised I could find something like that. It was, thought it was a nice little touch. And, kind of my purpose as far as my design requirements for height, lifting height, that kind of thing. I wanted to lift 36 inches because that is the height of my work surface. And so I should just be able to kind of push that over. Go up a little bit higher. And just drag it right off onto the work surface. So I think I'm actually going to get some good use out of this. And, I'm sure I could do some things to improve it, probably paint it, maybe even, remake the chassis out of metal instead of wood. but I think it does pretty well for what it is. I probably will end up just leaving it how it is. If you guys have any comments or suggestions for, I don't know, making it better or anything you might have done differently, I'd be happy to hear what you have to say. Until next time, I'll put this down. I'll talk to you guys later. Hope all your builds went well. Take care. Bye.